let me just say congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, on a very successful national election. I want to congratulate Bloomfield for the incredible Democratic turnout that you had. And I was so honored several weeks ago to swear in your new Democratic state representative, David Barham. Congratulations. Let me tell you, I had the opportunity over the past few weeks to observe him working very, very hard for you. So congratulations on that. I am here this evening to talk about my plans to explore a run for governor. And I am doing that because I have 3 teenagers. They are 13, 15, and 17. And my oldest, unbelievably, who you first met when I was running for Secretary of the State in 1998, she was 6. My oldest will be going to college in the fall. And I am very concerned about the brain drain that we have going on in our state. Half of the young people who go to college outside Connecticut don't come back. And we also have the highest number of young people between 18 and 30 leaving our state. So I want to make Connecticut a state where our young people will want to stay, our children and our grandchildren will want to live here and raise their families. I don't have to tell you that the challenges that we have here in the state are very great. Just as President Obama, I like the way that sounds. I'm still excited about saying that. Just as President Obama faces many challenges, so do we here in Connecticut. Last year we lost 40,000 jobs in our state. This year economists are talking about losing anywhere between 80 and 100,000 jobs. Our unemployment rate, depending on the part of the state that you're in, ranges between 7 and 9.5%. 1 in 10 people in our state have no health care, and last year 26,000 families lost their homes to foreclosure, which was an 84% increase over the number of homes lost the year before. So we have a lot to do in our state to make it more competitive and to make it a place where young people will want to return and raise their families. Right now we have the problem of very expensive home prices and very few economic opportunities. So tonight I wanted to briefly share with you my plan and vision for where our state should be in the next few years. I think we need a leader in our state with a plan to address the economic challenges that we face. So first and foremost, in my role as the Chief Business Registrar for Connecticut, I know that we need a leader who will focus like a laser on small businesses, because it's been small businesses that have been generating the lion's share of the jobs in our state. Over the past decade, 90% of the new jobs created were created by the small businesses of between 3 and 9 employees. And over the past 10 years as Secretary of the State, I've worked with over 7,000 businesses, entrepreneurs, small businesses, to help the people with a good idea get started, and also to help the businesses with a few employees get to the next level. And let me share with you 2 of the biggest problems that small businesses have. First is affording health care for their employees. Right now, we have 300,000 people without health care in our state. Half of them work for those little businesses that I talked about. Last year, the legislature had a bill on the desk of the governor. She could have signed it, which would have allowed small businesses to buy into the state health insurance pool. It would have cut in half insurance prices for those small businesses, but the governor caved to special interests and said, no, we are not going to do that. It's going to be too expensive. Actually, the opposite would be true. We would have had a greater bargaining power, more people to spread the risk across, and much cheaper rates. So we need a governor who's going to work on expanding access to health care, not contracting it. Also, we need a governor who will focus on energy prices, because our small businesses are struggling with the highest energy prices in the country. We have the highest utility costs in the continental United States. Deregulation has proved to be a disaster for our state, and small businesses suffer the most because they're paying 30% more for utilities than the big businesses because they just don't have the negotiating power that the larger businesses do. And when the governor, when she presented her budget, had the opportunity to encourage energy efficiency programs and clean energy, instead, she tried to take away $50 million out of our clean energy fund, which we all pay into as consumers. And that's not the kind of governor we need. We need one who's going to be encouraging energy efficiency, green technology, clean energy like wind and solar and geothermal. So that's very important to the future of Connecticut. It would also be a huge job creator. We also need a leader in our state who's going to encourage the industries of the future. We know that it's not the big insurance companies, the big financial firms, and big manufacturing firms that are going to be the employers of the future. It's going to be biotechnology, pharmaceutical companies, green technology, fuel cell companies that will be the industries of the future. We need to make sure that our kids are prepared, that they have the background in science, math, technology, and engineering to be able to be prepared for those new jobs. We need a governor who will support stem cell research. Right now, we have the cutting edge research in the entire country going on here in Connecticut, at Yale, at UConn, at Wesleyan. It's very exciting. Right now they are working on potential cures for diabetes, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and even cures for some types of cancer. That's the kind of exciting science and technology that could create thousands and thousands of jobs in the future that we ought to be encouraging here in Connecticut. We need a governor who will make sure that our transportation system is effective, one that will develop deep water ports in New London and also in Bridgeport so that we can get some of the huge trucks off of 91 and 95. We need a governor who's committed to developing a mass transit system that works so people can actually take the bus or light rail to work. And finally, we need a governor who's going to be an effective advocate for us in Washington and make sure that the economic development money that belongs to Connecticut is actually brought back to our state. Governors Rell and Rowland have left $100 million in Washington, D.C. because they never organized our towns into economic development districts. And that's why we as taxpayers pay so much to Washington, very little comes back. Now that we have a Democratic president with a Democratic governor, we can have an effective advocate for us who will bring economic development money back to the state of Connecticut. That's critical for our future.